My name is John Tessier. I live in Pennsylvania, and I have a message for my fellow Pennsylvanians. In the recent Republican primary, I voted for who I thought was the American First candidate. I saw her opposed by two globalists. One was the Trump-endorsed alumni of the World Economic Forum, and the other was represented the old Bush political machine. So Trump and Bush don't like each other much, and they were using the occasion of our Pennsylvania Senate race to, argue with each other. But I'm just trying to elect a Pennsylvanian to Senate who will be able to talk to the federal government on my behalf. That's what a senator does. There are a lot of policies that the federal government has right now that I don't like. I don't like the fact that all kinds of people are coming across the southern border like never before. They're not all being vetted. They're all being bussed all over the country. Why? That does not make any sense to me. Some of those people are criminals. Some of those may be a threat to our national security. They all should be stopped at the border, vetted, and then if they have a valid reason for coming in, they should be allowed to come in. So I'm against that. I imagine a lot of my neighbors agree with me. It's not a beyond the pale, weird view to hold. Another American First principle is we don't like seeing all these jobs going overseas. There are Americans here who need to work, and we should not be getting everything manufactured by Chinese folks and Indian folks. They don't need to do all of our manufacturing. Those jobs should be done here. So I don't want them. I don't want to see them go overseas. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that our medicine is made over there by folks who, often take an adversarial, tone with us. And I think we all would like to see some common sense energy policies. I mean, America for a while was energy independent. The price of gas was coming down, and we were exporting to other countries, and America was going through a lot of prosperity because of it. It only got sidelined because of the global pandemic. Who could have saw that coming? Nobody could have saw it coming. But we want to get back to that. I know that the far left, they really want to see, sustainable energy come in. Fossil fuels, by their nature, there's a lot of folks who say they will run out eventually. Well, they're not going to run out tomorrow, and it doesn't make any sense to hurt people now for something that might happen tomorrow. I mean, we didn't all switch over to cars because somebody outlawed horses or we ran out of horse feed. That's not why it happened. It happened organically because the one way of getting around was much more efficient and economical than taking care of a horse. These things will naturally, proceed one to the other. Even Elon Musk, America's premier manufacturer of electric vehicle, said we should not just flip a switch and just abandon fossil fuels overnight. That's dumb. So these are the things I care about. I looked at all the various candidates. I looked at the Trump candidate. I looked at the Bush candidate. But I liked the lady who lived, in Norristown, or I'm not sure if that's the right place, but she lived somewhere I recognize. She's nearby. She lives in Pennsylvania. When I saw her campaign, she went to regular places and met with regular people. She went down and campaigned in the city. She went out to Lancaster County. She came out to the suburbs, and she was able to unite all these various kinds of folks around her. She's a veteran. She is a person of color. She understands what it was like to live in poverty. And if you know her, the tragedies she came through as a child, and the tragedies her mother and her family had to endure, you would be inspired. I urge you, go to her website, go watch the videos about her life, and ask yourself, does her values align with yours? They align with mine, and that's why I wanted to vote for her. That's why I wanted the Republican Party to choose her, so we could all coalesce around her and have her go to Washington and deliver the message that we want delivered, to basically speak up for us here in Pennsylvania. That is why I wanted her to be the choice. But nope. I saw pundits on Newsmax, I saw pundits on Fox. They all assume that because they're Fox, because they're conservative pundits, that I automatically am going to listen to them and, like a little lemming, go out and vote for who they say is the person that represents the conservative cause. No. Listen, conservatism is great. I am a conservative person. But I know that conservatism and liberalism is a spectrum. If you are inclined to a liberal, you're inspired by new ideas and new ways of thought and new solutions to problems, like switching over to cars from horses, or switching to electric vehicles from fossil fuel vehicles. As a liberal, I am inspired by that. But a conservative says you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You don't abandon something, a good idea, just because there's a new idea. If you're paying attention, there are all kinds of new ideas out there. Not all of them are good. Not all of them are good. I don't think I need to tell you. You just thought of 5 things when I said there are new ideas abounding and not all of them are good. You can fill in the blanks. And I don't think Dr. Mehmet Oz is the one to challenge that. I don't think the Bush guy, I don't think the McCormick guy is and definitely Fetterman, if he gets elected, he's going to support the regime. Now, here's where my friends take issue with me. They say, John, if you write in Kathy Barnett, because I've said that's what I'm going to do, if you do that, and if other people listen to you and they do it as well, you'll split the vote, and oh no, Fetterman will get elected. Well, you know what? He probably is going to get elected. They have spent so much money to ensure that this happens. Do you know that there is big money backing all of these candidates on the Republican side? Why is that? How come the liberals have Fetterman and all the money flows to him and all the voters go around him, but Republicans, we have all these choices and there's money going hither and yon? And I'm pretty sure some of that money's coming from folks who aren't on our side. They say, let's give the Republicans 7 choices and let's divide them all up into little pieces, and they can't coalesce around one person and one message and be able to challenge the ideas that are trying to be shoved down our throat. Well, listen. Coalesce around the right person. If somebody says, oh, they're not electable, oh, the polls show that the vote will split. Listen. You might be right. But sometimes when you're right, when you are doing the right thing, guess what you're going to find out? You're going to look around and find out you're all by yourself. And I do not take orders from Trump. I do not take orders from Sean Hannity. I do not get all of my ideas from Newsmax. I listen to the candidates. I read their position papers. I think about what they say they want to do. And Kathy's the one who's got the ideas that I want to support. She's the one we should give a shot. All the other people, the McCormicks and the Mehmet Oz, that's just business as usual then. It's just business as usual. Kathy is the person who's just an ordinary person like us, who's looking around at the world going insane, where people don't even know if they're boys or girls anymore. Just saying that something has to be done. This craziness has to be answered. And so she went out and she ran, and she's running. And as I said, she is the person of the moment. She unites all of us. She speaks to a person like me, and I bet you if you go listen to her and you go read what she's written, you will find that she's speaking for you too. So, are you going to have your opinions assigned to you by Sean Hannity or the GOP leadership? Or are you going to say that I'm not going to listen to polls, I'm not going to listen to political theories and thoughts and strategies, I'm going to vote for the person I think is the best person? Do that. You'll be able to sleep at night. Maybe it won't go your own way. Well, I believe in God. I am not afraid that if the Democrats get in, God will be dragged down from his throne. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. The people who disagree with you, Fetterman, he thinks he's doing the right thing. Okay? He's wrong. He's confused. There are people who think Biden is the best leader for our country. I think they're wrong. But I don't want to fight them. I just want to try to convince them that there is a better way. Listen, don't live in fear. Don't live in fear. Don't give in to your fears. Lean into your hope. I hope Kathy will win. And if Kathy doesn't win, well, you know what I hope? I hope so many of you listen to a voice like mine, that you start speaking out, that we hear your voice, and that a lot of people are convinced. Let this be the most unusual write-in campaign ever. Let's just say, let's see something new happen, and then maybe the GOP leadership will realize that, hey, maybe we ought to talk to our constituents. Maybe we should talk to the voters and see who they would like to see run. We don't need, a celebrity every single time the way, if you came from planet Mars, you'd say you have to be a movie star or something, in order to run for office. Well, no, Kathy, she's a mom, she lives in the community, her husband's a businessman, just regular folks. I want to vote for regular folks. Let's see what she can do. I bet it's going to be astounding. Lean into your hope. Lean into your love. Kathy looks in the camera. She says to folks that she's Pennsylvania. She says she loves you. I believe her when she says it. Go watch it. Hear what she has to say. And write her in this November. Because that's what I'm going to do. And hey, maybe she won't win. But maybe so many people will say, will choose off menu, who won't simply take what the leadership has presented for us to consume. And maybe something new will happen. Maybe things will change. At least that's what I hope. And as I said, you should look at politics like the weather. Sometimes it rains and sometimes it snows. I thought Trump was going to be a disaster when I voted for him in 2016 because I knew Hillary was going to be horrible. I was pretty sure. I saw her go to the Rust Belt, tell all those people that she was going to throw them out of work, and then I see her get stunned that they all turned against her and didn't want to vote for her. Yeah, okay, you're going to throw me out of work and you expect me to show up and vote for you. Well, she was a horrible candidate. Maybe that's what she was going to do, but it's on her to be that dumb and go tell them that that's what she's going to do. So she lost because she's dumb. That's why she lost. And I'm saying Kathy's smart. You should vote for her. Well, I love you folks. I hope you have a great week. I'll climb down off my soapbox now. But hey, lean into your hopes. I hope Kathy wins. But if she doesn't win, it's not a disaster. It's not a disaster. Another Pennsylvanian We'll go to the Senate, and maybe it'll accomplish nothing. Par for the course. And then next time Kathy will run and she'll win. You wait and see. Love you guys.